In this short video, we're looking at how we can use the container module and using the built-in features to enable you to very rapidly create a container data module and apply applicability to it. The three steps that we need to work on is, first of all, we have to open up a container data module, and then we have to populate the container with the data modules that we need to go out to, and then we need to apply applicability to that. And so to the first step, creating a container module. Here we've got to open up a new container module, and that's achieved in our application by clicking on the Eclipse S1000D and then S1000D new data module, and you presented with the templates directory, and then you just click on the container and then select. Now that's what I've done with this one, but I have made a small change on it because I want to use something to quickly populate it, and I've changed the data module code, the modulic, to S1000D bike. That means that as soon as I do anything with it, the data reference manager kicks in and I don't have to put in a lot of information. It gets inserted automatically. So if I switch that off. So this is the empty data module, and as you can see, there's a references file. There's the container there, and now what we're going to do is to start populating it. And the next step is actually populating the container with the data modules that you want to use. Having opened the container module and done the small tweak that I showed you at the beginning, we can now go and insert the information into the container. So refs info table, and we'll put it in, and it says what do you want, and we'll just insert that because it's 2 columns, 1 row. And what happens now is, because I've actually asked it to insert it, it has actually done this for us by popping up this add reference data module. And now what I'm going to do now is to insert the issue number and the title, and then click on insert ref DM. It's been inserted. Now, what I want to do now is to actually insert another row. And I do that by scrolling up, and it says data module ref row. I'm going to insert another there. The same thing happens again. Now, what I want to do this time, I want to do the same thing, but I shall change something because I happen to know there's a second issue of that item there. So that's what we've done. Now I need to make a couple of small changes to this, and that lies in this area here, issue number, and it comes up, and actually I happen to know that that is issue 8, and the next one down is issue 9, so that's WR9, and that one there is issue 8. So we've now inserted the two data modules, and they are in the, although you couldn't see them in the list, they are actually there in the underlying folder. What we need to do now is to say, okay, the way this works is that we have the same data module but at different issue states, and what happens now is that which issue is used will depend entirely on the applicability. So what we need to do now is to actually go up further and insert the applicability table head. We're working our way up the data module. Oh, come on. And this is what we're doing here. Referenced applic group ref. That's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do now is to insert in a couple of applicability statements. So the first thing that happens is we select that element and then we click the applicability ref. What happens now is that the application searches for the applicability cross-reference table, and what we're going to do then is to insert one of these applicabilities here. I'm going to select that one and it puts it in. So it's inserted it now. Be with you in a moment. So I'm going to put in another one now. What I need to do now then is to I need to put an applicability ref on that one. Come on. And we do that. And what we have now then is two applicabilities, and then we can attribute those to these two items in the table there. So what I'm going to do then is to DM row. Set applicability ref ID attribute. So that's the first one. We select that and it set it up for us. Come down to the next one, DM ref row, applicability ref ID attribute value. So now we have linked the container information, in other words the two separate data modules, to two applicability statements. So when it's then processed, the right applicability is picked up, and that reference there for one of the applicabilities and that reference there for the other applicability. So that's how that works. The third and final step is actually applying applicability to the entries that we've just put into the container table. I hope you found that useful. There are another series of videos which you can find on this site to help you deal with other common modules that you've got in the S1000D set of data modules.